There are two machlokes in our sugya of Matan Torah. There are two machlokes in between Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Akiva. One machlokes is about was there a nes about royim sakoilus, and one machlokes is about vaydaber al kimish kol dvar meila leimer. That Rabbi Shmuel says, what does it mean leimer? They answered al hein hein val lav lav. On every mitzvah aseh they said yes, and every mitzvah loiseh they said no. Rabbi Akiva said, on everything they said yes. On mitzvah aseh, mitzvah loiseh they said yes, we will do it. The second machlokes between Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Akiva is when it says v'chol ha'am royim sakoilus, that Rabbi Akiva says royim es hanishma v'shoyim es hanira, and Rabbi Shmuel said no, royim es hanira v'shoyim es hanishma. The difference between royim es hanira v'shoyim es hanishma versus royim es nishma and shoyim es hanira is that gashmius is something that's usually seen, and ruchni is usually something that's heard. So when you say royim es hanishma, that means that what's usually only heard about ruchni is alakus was seen. By Matan Torah we had a gil alakus, and the gashmius was far away from me. It was what was usually nira was only in the way of shmi. I was hearing about it. I heard about it. I understood about it. It wasn't something that was real in my life. Rabbi Shmuel says no. What's the milah? What's the milah by Matan Torah to see those things that are normally seen? Because Rabbi Shmuel was the avodah vatzadik, and the avodah vatzadik is to draw down elikus into this world. So therefore, it's not about the world leaving its nature, but it's about the world the way it is the world, with all the hagbolas of the world. That elikus is something you hear about, and the world is something that you see. Over there, you're bringing down elikus in it. Vayered Hashem al Har Sinai. Rabbi Akiva says, Rabbi Akiva was a Baal Tshuva, he was a Ben Gerim, he didn't learn Torah to Rabbi Shana. His whole avodah was leaving this world. Leaving this world was to not see the world as something important, to distance oneself from the world. This is connected to saying alav, lav, val hein hein, or saying alav hein. According to Rabbi Akiva, that he's about out of this world. So his main thing is every mitzvah is one thing. Atziva Hashem. I don't care about the details, what the particular mitzvah does. Additionally, even a naveira, I see the positive in it, that it's meant, the hein in it, is that I'm meant to overcome this inyan and to defeat this inyan and so on. Rabbi Shmuel, who's about bringing elikus into this world, he sees that everything has its own type of avodah. He sees the details. He's about bringing elikus into the details of this world. So the mitzvahs that are mitzvah sasa, you got to bring it in this way. The mitzvahs that are loisa, you got to bring it in that way. And everything has its own approach. Rashi, who's talking to the Ben Chamish L'Mikra, someone at the beginning of the avodah, if they're at the beginning of the avodah, they're not yet holding by a level. They could be holding by a level of roinus hanishma. They could appreciate that a lakus is something real, and something they can relate to. But they haven't yet come to the level where they're pushing away the gashmias and making the gashmias into something that's shoyminus hanira. They're pushing away the gashmias. They live in both worlds still. Someone that's a ben chamish l'mikra, not just physically Ben Chamish, but also spiritually he's on level Ben Chamish. He could be 45, but he's still spiritually in level Ben Chamish. On the other hand, he has the al hein hein val lav lav because he still relates to the world. He's not out of this world. So he sees the different things in the world. And he sees the positive in the world, and he sees the negative in the world. He's not like Rabbi Akiva that's so out of this world that he sees all the positivity. Like when he saw the shul going out of the Kodesh HaKadoshim, he just saw this as another reason to be happy because this means that the Beis HaMikdash will be rebuilt. But the Rebbe concludes that each one of us, even though we might be at the beginning of the Avodah, has to know that we have to go for Roinus HaNishma, we have to see Elikus as real. And then we have to work our way up, both to the avodah of Rabbi Shmuel and the avodah of Rabbi Kiva. They're not a theater. We need to have both things. We need to have the Amshachim Omayl Lamata that Rabbi Shmuel is about, that even in the lowest place, you're bringing a lakus down over there. Even in a place where it's Shoyminas Anishma, where the world thinks of it as Aniva Afsiyoi, that there's klippas and metzias, over there you got to bring down Kedusha. That's the avodah of the tzaddik. And alongside with that, you got to elevate the world, and you got to look the truth, how it really is, out of the limitations of the world. And this is what's going to be when Mashiach comes. We're going to have both of them together.